really quick, while I have you. Philo, have you heard about it? Oh, it's the best. They're giving you 25% off 2 months of Hallmark, Lifetime, Up, GAC, the sorts. The movies we're talking about? Philo. 25% off. Philo.tv/DTH. Don't let this pass you by. Philo.tv/DTH. Here's the episode.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, everyone. It's Bran, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hey, it's Panda, and I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
What's up, party people?
Yeah.
Party animals in the house.
Who is this?
It's me, y'all. It's Greg O'Harris.
Greg O'Harris is with us. Out of the gate, too.
Greg O'Harris, baby. It's Craig with a C.
Craig with a C.
Get
not
Greg. Greg can go kick rocks.
Now, Trace is in my ear, and she is telling me that Craig said he would only come on the show if he got first billing. So after the intro,
right, y'all.
he had to talk.
Right.
So what do you got for us, Craig?
Nothing. It's just an honor to be here in the presence of three lords.
Oh, that's a Tyler Hines bit.
Yeah, I love Tyler Hyde.
Thanks, Craig.
Didn't take his shirt off, though.
It didn't. We got brands off. That was something.
Yeah, well,
all that
thank
matters.
God.
Yeah.
So I've had my shirt on all week.
I know. It's been impressive. I think much to the chagrin of the many people out there.
Yeah,
What would it take for you boys to shed some skin?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
I would not.
You wouldn't do it for anything.
For anything.
No.
I think, the right amount of money.
So
I'm
but like, imagine this scenario. Like, I took my shirt off, then Tyler took his shirt. Tyler said, I'll only take my shirt off if Dan takes his shirt off. Dan, you would have taken your shirt off.
I probably would have.
And then Tyler would have taken his shirt off. And then you would have been the one bozo there, sitting there in the sad sack.
Yep, not going to do it.
You wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But I've seen you, and you put us all to shame.
These abs of steel don't see the light of day. That's what I'm going to say.
These abs of steel don't
That's
see
weird.
the light of day.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You don't get abs like that by just eating whatever you want to. You do it by eating Universal Yums.
That's exactly right.
Universal Yums is the snack box that gets brought to your house from around the world. We just did Scandinavia.
I mean, come on. You can't get it at the stores.
You can't.
You can only get it from the Yums.
I mean, I imagine you could go to Scandinavia.
Yeah, probably.
But why would you?
You can't go to Target or Walmart or your grocery store and get it.
Universal Yums makes it easy. Holiday box is coming out. Go ahead and go to universalyums.com and you can sign up for a subscription and use the promo code Hallmark to get up to $30 off, depending on the size of the box that you go with. So pretty excited about that. Boys, Christmas is here.
Christmas
We are in the thick of it.
Yes, we are.
December is here. We got a new podcast celebrating Christmas morning, every single day.
This is the 6th episode we've recorded today.
Yep.
Thanksgiving week is behind us.
That's right.
We officially only have, 14 movies left?
Yep.
14 movies?
14. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure,
Because
why not?
this is
3 more weekends plus the CCB and the Tahoe. That's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
And then there's
Yep.
There's a Hallmark movies now, or are they airing that too?
they are airing it, and it's also on the app. But it's not airing like in a premiere time. It's just like airing.
So we got to cover that too somewhere.
Yeah, well, probably after Christmas would be my guess.
Yeah, maybe. We'll squeeze it in at some point.
Yeah. Guys, are you ready to talk about this one?
I'm ready.
Time for them to come home for Christmas. The 4th?
The 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Time for me, time for you, time for us, time for them. Difference between us and them, I don't know. It could get a little wonky.
Yeah. We could.
But I think it all checks out.
Watching them versus them saying it's time for us, time for them. Both of them. Time for you.
But in both 3 and 4, it is them. It's us. It's not us.
It's not us.
It's never been us.
But they're saying it's time for us, and then we're saying it's time for them.
What do you? So you're saying the third one, they
are just talking to each other and saying, "Hey."
So they weren't talking to the viewer saying, "Hey, It's time for all of us.
By
They're
this
talking to each
point-
other.
Okay.
And
Time
now
for
it's
them.
the viewers saying,
It's time for them.
So, I see. So the viewer, we said
Yes.
to them,
Yep.
they should go home.
That's why pronouns are important.
Yeah. Well, the one couldn't because she had amnesia. She didn't know. She
No,
needed to
no,
go
no,
home.
right.
The other guy, he needs some motivation. So we, as the audience, are saying, "Hey, it's time for
Time
them."
for them.
Hey, guys, I think you guys should team up and y'all should go home.
Yep.
So, good. All right, time for them to come home for Christmas. Is originally aired on November 20, 7th? Yeah, 27th,
Sure.
2021. And it went a little something like this. Picture this. We're in Maine. It's cold. There's a female trying to get some food at a diner. And
What are you doing here?
I just want everyone to I want to set up the situation here. It's because it's serious. And she lays some money down. I just had to and just had to help her.
Save it. It's
And
not Christmas
I
Eve
know.
yet.
I know what day it is. And she goes on her way and she's walking for some reason. It's snowing. It's real bad out there. And all of a sudden you see this car start skidding towards her and it fades to black. Something happened. Gunshot? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Cut to the hospital. We see a fella named Paul who's a nurse. And he's just the best guy. He's just like, you guys go home. I'll take it from here. Like, you're tired. No big deal. I'm Paul. I help people. And all of a sudden, this girl gets pushed in. Girl from the bridge. You remember her?
Yeah.
She gets pushed in. Everybody's like, who is this girl? What's going on? The sheriff comes in and is like, girl, I'm going to call you Jane Doe because that's what you tell people. This is all that we know about who you are. We got an article that says something about a Christmas tree lighting in Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston.
They're known
That's
for their snow down there.
that's exactly right.
Yep.
That's all that we know. And so they're basically like, we're gonna try to see what else we can find. We'll let you know if we find anything, basically. And so Paul then comes up with this crazy idea because she's getting sick of being in there. She's been stuck in the hospital for a while. She's not getting her memory back. She doesn't know who she is, what's going on. And Paul's like, I'm gonna take some time off for Christmas. How about I just bring you to Charleston? It's on my way to Georgia. We don't have time for this, Dan. It's on the way. So it's gonna be a road trip movie, Panda.
Yeah.
Road trip movie.
Road trip.
Paul and Jane Doe just driving and talking about what they think she was like before this whole thing. They go to like some sort of bread and breakfast situation, and they help the owner decorate for Christmas. They're put to work and they pay to stay there. It's a real nice thing. And she then begins to get some flashes. She gets a flash of this pair of earrings and some other things, and she's like trying to figure out what this stuff means, but she doesn't know. So the lady who runs the place then gives some nice wisdom. Such as God gives the strongest soldiers the toughest battles.
Yeah.
Amen?
That's the good stuff.
That's exactly right, boys. Jane and Jane Doe and Paul are back on the road, and they stop again and eat some food and talk about the serious topics like what's better, eggnog or hot cocoa? Correct answer? Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. Duh.
Eggnog.
Eggnog better than hot cocoa.
I like it better than hot cocoa.
Bold.
Get out. Then we get a 5-ish minutes ad for Campbell's Soup, and it's really great. And Jane brings, basically, she's learned that Paul had a brother named Ben, but we don't really know much about Ben and this whole thing. And there's this song that just keeps coming on. He's
It
like,
sounds a little like Blake Shelton,
A little
if
bit.
you can believe it.
a little bit. So they stop at a friend's house, and it comes out that Ben, the brother is dead. He passed away, and it's this whole thing. And apparently, he decided not to come home last Christmas, and that was going to be the last Christmas that he would spend with his brother. He was sick with cancer, didn't know this whole thing. We then get another flash for Jane, a memory when she touches the doorknob and she sees this man who's like, stay, this whole thing. And Paul is like, wow, that's really something. So they get back in and they take another stop again, and they basically talk more with that family about Ben and this whole thing. There's some car trouble, everybody. And they go to church and they get a nice little holy night situation. And then they find this dog and they bring in Allison Sweeney's in town from the other movie. You guys know that
number
one?
2.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
So the sheriff found the luggage in the water, and inside is a child's sweater. Does she have a daughter? What is this child's sweater going about? Is she like collecting little clothes? All of these are options on the table. And so they get a call, and she's like, I don't remember this at all. And Paul is kind of like, whoa, this is crazy. We really have to figure this out. But then we get flashbacks about this guy, and could it be a boyfriend? Could it be married? Could she have a kid? All this stuff. They go to the Christmas tree lighting, and Jane, who we find out her name is Rebecca, is kind of walking around, and suddenly this guy says, Rebecca, and he gives her a big hug, and it's like, I'm so happy that you made it. And this little girl walks up, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, who is it? Like, are we married, this whole thing? And then this girl comes up and is like, I can't believe you're here. And is like real mad and like mean to her. And anyways, they invite her to the house, and so that's good. They end up having this whole conversation after she has remembers that the argument was about with her sister, about her becoming a writer, this whole thing, and that's why she hasn't had a good relationship. She moved to Maine, did this whole thing, and they weren't expecting her. And the sister's husband set this whole thing up for her to get home. In all this, Paul leaves. Paul sees them hug and is like, oh, I guess I'm no longer needed here. Paul goes to visit Ben's wife and kind of makes peace with that and visits the grave and this whole thing. And then Rebecca's like, I gotta find Paul. So she remembers this little tidbit that he said about the only hotel in the city, and tells him everything about how the memory came back and how the one thing that she's still missing was him. Get it? And they kiss a couple times, unfortunately, and now, my friends, was time for them to come home for Christmas.
You know, we did do it. A lot of people in the chat are saying that your synopsis was just all over the map. And
what was wrong with it?
I don't know. I just know there was... I thought I knew what this movie was about, but this synopsis is making me think I watched a different movie. I think they're watching too many movies at one time. Someone says it's Paul's cousin's house.
Good.
I don't know what else, but apparently it was our 6th movie of the day.
Yeah, no, I felt like I got most of the...
I thought you
I felt great about it.
I felt good. I felt confident.
You know what I do know is there ain't no scam.
I love Jesse Schramm.
That's right.
I'm a fan of
That's
Jesse
what's
Schramm.
important.
That's exactly right.
You're a Schramm stan.
I stand for Schramm.
That's exactly right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll break this movie down even further. Can you believe it?
Yep.
Here on Night to Hallmark. I forgot something, guys.
Oh, no.
What? Are you okay,
What
man?
happened?
I forgot my Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Oh, no. You've been telling me how amazing it is.
I told you guys I would bring it. And
Dude. Make me one of those screwed off the red-nosed reindeer.
that's what my whole plan was.
And then forgot it.
You just forgot. Dang it.
The good thing is you can probably go to the store and get some more.
I can get it like pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere.
And that's the good news.
And it's the best, flavor whiskey you've ever had?
For my money, the best. And it's made my holiday season a whole lot more bright and cheery. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to end the evening with a nice little Christmas pick-me-up with Screwball peanut butter whiskey. So here's the good news, boys. I'm going to go get some from the store.
Great.
Okay? And then we're going to come back, and we're going to have a wonderful time.
Ooh, I love
And
it.
I think that our good friends at home should do that as well.
Absolutely.
With the Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
As long as they drink responsibly.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So do that. You know what else I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to turn on Philo.
Why wouldn't you?
Because Philo is the holiday movie hub.
That's right.
And they're the official sponsor of Deck the Hallmark.
I love Philo.
All the Hallmark channels, Lifetime, Up TV, GAC, VH1, BET, all the channels that show these movies, they got all of them in one place. And you can get 25% off for 2 months.
Exactly right. All you got to do is go to philo.tv/DTH to get 25% off 2 months. That's philo.tv/DTH. Tell them that the boys sent you. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about time for them to come home for Christmas.
I do want one person to call up and say, hey, the boys sent me.
Hey, Philo.
Hey, Tammy Philo, the boys sent me.
The boys sent me. Time for them to... Guys, it's time for them to come home for Christmas.
Yep.
It just
Like,
is.
we've been waiting. Like,
For the
we're
love.
waiting this whole time.
Please, just do it.
We're just,
do
it's
it.
time.
help me help you get home.
That's right. Let's be fans of each other. Panda, let's start with you. Let's start with a hot take. Let's share exactly how you felt about this movie. Don't hold back, please. Like, don't make a mockery of the system.
Sure, I won't.
What do you think about this movie, buddy?
I've been talking a lot about some of my expectations going into some of these movies. This one was very low because I have not particularly enjoyed the previous 3 installments. They've been kind of a mixed bag for me. However, I was slightly optimistic. I really do love Jessie Schramm. Like, I love her. She's wonderful.
It's no scam.
It's no scam. And so Brendan Penny, he's a mixed bag to me. However, in this movie, really like this movie. And I like it for a variety of reasons. First of all, the plot is very entertaining. It kept me locked in the entire time. It's the best mystery of
And that's saying something because we were 6 deep.
6 deep. And I was locked in. I really was. I thought that this was a very engaging movie. In part because Brendan Penny does a really good job. Like, he does a really solid job of being somebody who is sincere and heartfelt, going through grief. I really like that. Jessie Schramm's character, Jane, initially in this, and later Rebecca, she's charming. She just is adorable and charming. I absolutely loved her in this movie. I was fascinated by the plot. I love a road trip movie. This movie goes off the rails near the end. It just does. And it's a shame that it does because overall I thought it was a really strong movie up until maybe the last 20, 30 minutes of it. And so, overall though, this is the most memorable of these movies. The other ones, I could not. I can tell you snapshots of each one.
The last 2 have been more like Time for Us. They all get this card in the mail to show up to this like lodge, and it's Lacey, and you got the guy who plays the guitar all the time who's there, and you got all these people, and you're trying to figure out how they're connected, and it's from this old picture. Like, I remember that one. The first 2, aside from the scene where they all gather and the fiddle player comes out of the closet, the second one, I don't remember anything about the Alice Sweeney movie. Couldn't tell you a thing about it.
I looked up images of that movie just to hopefully jog something in my brain. It's like a vapor in my mind.
Nothing.
So I got nothing on that. But overall, I'm going to remember this movie, and I really liked it overall. The ending's kind of, like I said, it's kind of ridiculous. But overall, yeah.
You want me to look it up while you do?
Yeah, now I'm
that?
intrigued
Hand
at
it to
like
me.
what we
Flip it down here.
what we thought. So we'll check out our book. I'll be home for Christmas movies. It's a nice way to remember, jog the old memory. It's gonna be in the T's.
Yeah, I got you.
Nice thing is we'll be right back to back, hopefully. If words matter. So yeah, I thought the mystery was really fun. I really liked the 2 of these people together. I don't really understand the point of this series of movies and like how they're connected in any way aside from going home. I guess that's it. But isn't
Blake
that
Shelton's making money off
most of them?
Pretty much it.
I don't know. I think my thing is I just have a hard time when movies are like supposed to be connected, but I can't find the reason for it. Like, it bothers me more than I think it's supposed to. Right. What's the other like Godwink? It's like,
Ugh.
why are
These are better than Godwink.
I know,
Yes.
but my point is the same, which is like, it's why are they connected? Like, what's the point of the connecting piece? Like, if there's gonna be like sequels or part of a series, like I want there to be some sort of cohesion.
Like the Marrying Father Christmas trilogy, it makes sense. Like all of that.
Or even like there to be some, like, I don't really understand the point of these.
I guess these are
There's
anthologies.
There's an anthology where they all are in a connected universe, but it's really just because people liked the first one, I think, and they kept making them somehow.
They did?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I get like held up by that more than I should, because I start to like wonder, and I want them to each be their own thing that I can judge divorced of each other. But like I can't help but wonder like the point of it all.
Right.
But on its own, I actually did quite enjoy it a good bit. And I really like the road trip, and I like the two of them together. So it'll get up there higher than I thought that it would. And so good on them. I think I'm searching for the point of it all.
What do you think your opinions on
Okay,
this?
so what
said
is
it was fine.
What is the first one?
Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas. Heath is a country singer. Kara is struggling to keep her family's preserves business afloat. And they both try to get back to Oklahoma from New York on the bus.
I remember this.
And there's
one.
a kid? Is there a kid?
Recent loss of a parent. And I think they stop when it snows and there's a kid there. This says, Brand said, I enjoyed it. It won me over.
So it sounds like, but they're trying to,
Yeah.
They're both trying to get home.
Yes, but I think they're individual. That didn't make sense why it's called Time for Me, because they're both trying to get home. Panda said, got excited for the road trip, but it's not good. And I said, the movie's not good, and this guy is supposed to be, from what I understand, a famous country Christmas carol singer. So there's that.
I remember that one.
Time for You to Come Home.
Okay.
That's the one we don't remember. Brand said, enjoyed the movie. I like the idea.
What's the movie?
Widowed mom Catherine reluctantly goes home for Christmas with her teenage son. On the train, they meet Jack. As Catherine works to help save her family's bakery, Jack has his own mysterious agenda, one that involves Catherine's late husband. Isn't he sketching on the train?
So he was in a band.
Yes.
That's
right.
Is that right?
I think he's the father, maybe? I don't know.
No, he is not
Well, you said I enjoyed the movie. I like the idea of the mystery more than I was invested in the mystery. Panda said, I like this movie. I love a good baking montage. I mean, it lasts a day. Whatever he says lasts a day. I said different, but not good. Imagine the Hallmark version of Return to Me or 7 Pounds, which, woof.
Do we have a guest on that one?
Rain.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's spelled wrong here. I found a typo. It's supposed to be Ryan Conk, and it's spelled R-A-I-N-E in the little thing.
Okay, interesting.
Deeply underwhelmed. I usually watch because these are funny, and it's hard to get jokes from Guess What? My Army Husband is Dead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas, the Lacey
remember this
Chabert
one.
joint. Brand said, we get the mystery element, and then they don't stick the landing, but I didn't dislike it. Panda said, the payoff isn't worth the mystery, but there are some solid feels. And I said, it's time for them to stop making these movies. The best version of this is that an old woman stalked a lot of people and got them to come to an inn with an invite from no one in particular. So there's that.
So I think
It seems
this
like
is the
running
thing.
theme of
I
these
like
movies
these movies.
is that the mystery element's there since the first one.
I like these movies. I just still can't. It bothers me more than it should that the names are connected and the pronoun just keeps. It bothers
It's
me
like any
in my
anthology
core.
series. I
It's
don't
a
know why
mystery.
it bothers you so
It's
much.
just a mystery.
Maybe I just don't get anthologies in the point.
I will say this: of these movies, this is for the first 45 to 50 minutes. This one has the best mystery element to it, in my opinion. I didn't think the movie was very good because I think the last half of the movie, especially the last third of the movie, is really bad. Like it's bad on top of bad. They do, and it seems like that's a running theme with these movies is they can't stick the landing of the mystery, which should come as no surprise to any of us. Having said that, you're not wrong about Schramm and what's his name, man? I can't remember. Is he on the line?
He's not today. No, he couldn't
isn't?
make it.
We couldn't get him.
No, he
Brendan,
had Fallon.
Yeah, here's what I'll say about he had Fallon.
He had
That's
Fallon.
fair. Congrats, Brendan. Nice job, buddy.
Danny Fallon.
The thing about Dan,
Yeah,
that's
it's
I knew there was a
it's the
catch.
Subway show
It's in
on
his
34th.
basement. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Brendan, for a guy that we give a hard time, we don't give a hard time about his acting. We give a hard time because he won't come on our show. That's very different. Brendan Penny does a good job in these movies, and not only that, seems by all intents and purposes that I can, by what I can figure, a guy that is a nice guy that we would hang out with.
Yeah.
And I thought he did a good job in this movie. I thought Jesse Schramm did a good job in this movie. And then once we get to Charleston, the movie unravels at an epically rapid pace and makes no sense by the end. And it's very, very unfortunate because they do build up a little bit of steam before that. But actually, I would say it actually starts unraveling when they get stuck in Charlottesville with the car. So that's about halfway through. So the first half of this movie, I was very invested in. The two leads were good. I liked the amnesia plot line. I liked the mystery of it. The second half of this movie was just one bad decision after another from a filmmaking perspective and completely lost me. And so for all of that, it ends up probably right now out of 27 movies, it's probably right around 13 or 14. It's like
That's
right there in
where
the
I
middle.
have it.
Yeah.
That's where I have it.
So yeah, whatever. I mean, it's
I think
not
I would just
good.
prefer it to just all be the same name and then just be 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I
But
just
they're
get,
not sequels. It's an
I know,
anthology.
I understand.
Okay.
But
Do you? Do
No,
you
I
know
do.
what an anthology is?
I think
Okay.
But you can't just change. What's the famous anthology?
True Detective. It's a different. Every season of True Detective is a
Yeah,
different.
but it's the same name.
It's the same name, but there's a different.
Right. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is keep it
Well,
the same
all
name.
of these are It's Time to movies. Like they're all the It's Time movies.
But that bothers me that it changes it. I don't know.
Man,
I just get.
I just
it,
think it's
I wanna
very
back
weird.
you.
It makes my.
You can't say two. You can't keep calling it. It's time for me to come home. For
Would you feel
Christmas.
better? Would you feel better if it was like you know how American Horror Story does, like American Horror Story?
Yes,
and then
it
it's
would
like,
make me feel
That's
better.
what this is. It's just instead of colon, they just changed the pronoun.
Nah, I don't. I would rather it be.
It's a weird
I would
one. It's a
rather
weird one for you to get upset about.
I don't know. It just. It just bums me out every time. I don't know why.
I will say here's my issue with it is it just makes it really complicated to recall what movie was what.
That's true.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
for me like
for sure.
It's not helping me. If you do like with American Horror Story, they have the hotel or like Survivor or whatever it is.
This could
I
be
don't even know.
time for.
Time for me to come home for Christmas.
It sounds like all of them should have been us.
Amnesia.
Yeah. Like Maine Strikes Again, something like that.
Yep.
You know?
Time for me to come home for Christmas. Letters to everybody.
Yeah.
Letters to everybody. That's a good one.
We're
Your
workshopping the
subtitles
names.
are cash. I can
Yeah.
tell you that right now.
Ain't Maine a son of a gun? Like something like that. Like don't go walking in Maine in the dark. Like something that really makes it stick.
Ain't
Yeah.
Maine a son of a gun?
Ain't it?
Man, these are good.
Let's go.
I don't
did
know
we-
if I like that or colon amnesia better. Yeah, we're at all the fields. That's
all
right.
the fields. What do we got, Buzz?
Okay, so
What do we got, Buzz? Buzz, are you on the line? No? Okay, go ahead. No.
the Ben being dead plot twist got me. Where they're talking about
The what?
The Ben,
Ben
being
being
dead.
dead.
The bed.
The Ben,
Ben.
brother.
Ben being dead.
Him saying the name after the word the did throw everybody off. The Bran.
the
Yeah.
Ben being dead plot
Yes,
line.
yes.
Through me, it got me in the feels. That was emotional for me. I really liked it.
I had a couple that I wrote down here on my notes. Time for them.
Them. You found it.
Guy was when she put a little cap on his head that she got for him.
That's cute.
There's something
That's a cute scene.
about the way that they did that and like how he was just kind of like, oh, we're doing it type of thing. I don't know. It worked for me. And then the version of Oh Holy Night, the choir saying Oh Holy Night,
Man.
was an absolute delight. Was a light in the dark place. 6 movies deep. So
Yes.
so good, so good.
The Oh Holy Night was great, and then I thought a few little moments that Brendan Penny had when he's kind of on the verge of tears really worked well for me. I thought he emoted really well, didn't overdo it, didn't make it schmaltzy, didn't make him the show, but he did still like land those moments. So those are the two things for me.
Main Justice.
Love Main
Time
Justice.
for them to go. Time for us. Time for
Main Justice.
It does seem like all these should be us.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Just
of them should be
judging
us.
by
or them,
or
us
them.
or them.
Us for them.
Yes.
Let's take one more quick break.
Okay.
And we'll come back here and take the homework. Uh-oh, we're back already?
Oh wow, that was
unbelievable.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun with
wow,
your boys.
so true.
Guys, let's get to the way what part of this one where we're talking about what in time for them to come home for Christmas. Main Justice gave us wait what's Panda?
So my first wait what is she's in the hospital and she is hoping that she can get pie to help trigger a memory. I don't have an issue with that. That's not my beef. My beef is, how did she get the pie? Because Brendan Penny, who is on the floor doing the work of
being a nurse,
yes. How did he call it in and they deliver it? Did he run and get it himself? And if so, that seems negligent. I don't know. How did she get the pie? That's my first question.
He says, I'm going to go do my rounds, and she asked for pie, and then pie appears. Did he just not do his rounds? Say, these people are sick, but they can wait. But pie's important.
But this really goes to a larger thing. I know you'll have one of these. I just would like to mention, she has nothing. This woman has nothing. We have established she has nothing, and yet, nevertheless, she keeps being able to do certain things that a woman with nothing should not be able to do. For me, she buys a hat. It's a very cute scene. It's great that she bought the hat. As far as I'm aware, she doesn't have money.
Here's my thing: is this all? And this is a part of my wait what, but we can do it now.
Sure.
This all is about the phone. Because if she has a phone, she's got Google Pay, Apple Pay, then she can pay for stuff.
Right.
But the problem is we are to understand that when they find her, she doesn't have anything. But when they're in, I believe it's Charlottesville, she gets a phone call on her phone, and it specifically says in there, sheriff, and the name of the sheriff. So either this is Brendan Penny's phone that's for some reason in her pocket, or it's her phone that she's already programmed the name of that in. And if she has a phone, not only can she use Apple Pay, then this is not a mystery, because she should be able to look up in her phone pictures of people and names, like maybe mom or dad or someone's name in her phone.
Apparently the hospital staff gave her clothes and money, and the sheriff gave her a phone.
The sheriff gave her a phone.
That's what the people say.
So the sheriff gave her a cell phone for when he would call.
I guess so.
Wow.
It's called the sheriff phone.
And then the hospital staff gave her money. So both of these are taken care of.
There we go.
It's always good to get things taken care of.
See, this is
Love it.
that's
See,
what
this
I
is
wanted.
why we have the double deckers.
Yep,
That's
I'm
exactly
glad.
right. Holds accountable.
Yep, there you go. Well, let's see. This is why 6 movies in a day is tough sometimes.
Yes.
Even as much as I was locked in, missed that. Charleston being covered in snow is ridiculous. The trip there, you keep at first it's defensible, right? Like
Charlottesville, Virginia, sure, why not?
Sure. You could even pitch. At one point, I looked. I said, "They're getting close."
Mountains of North Carolina.
Mountains of North Carolina. I was like,
for
all right. But they're an hour out. You
Florence.
can't, guys. You can't do it.
I'm just being honest. This has probably been in a meme somewhere, but it is not beautiful and majestic when it snows in South Carolina. It is a free for all hodgepodge beluga.
Yep.
You don't want any part of it. No one knows how to drive. No one knows how to just conduct themselves in a normal manner or go to the grocery store. Like, it's a mess. If it was snowing like that in Charleston by the beach, no one would be having that event. Shut it down. You wouldn't have it. The roads would be slick. You couldn't do anything. Just a mess.
Yeah. I'd say so.
You said it,
Good.
friend.
You got it, buddy.
I said a soundable earlier when I was talking about them. They keep us a soundable. Guys, we're just there. We're there.
Yeah, we've been doing this a while. This is hour 14, 15.
I'm doubling down. I don't think the sheriff gave her anything. I don't think she had any money.
You guys weren't watching.
You weren't watching.
Sheesh.
And he also programmed the Charleston police chief into the phone. Where were we? Did they get the uncut version?
How in the world did we miss all of that during this movie?
What a day.
How do we miss all of that?
What a day.
That's a lot of
I'm starting
information.
to think that 6 might be one too many.
6 is a lot.
God.
6 might be one too many movies in one day.
Jiminy Christmas. We didn't do 6 last year.
No, that's
Because we didn't start to like 11 or 12.
Yeah, it's the new boy. This was the saddest bed and breakfast I've ever seen. I don't
Yeah,
know if it's like an
pretty sad.
Airbnb shared
Empty,
room situation, but it was sad. Where you got to decorate your own tree. Like, it's a sad one.
Yeah,
it's a sad one.
Yep.
They were at the church and they were singing and it was beautiful, but there's a guy on the right that is just not even
He's not
trying
even close.
to move his lips. Guys, I wrote a thesis. That's just titled "Brendan Penny's Not a Good Nurse," and I want to bring. He is a solid friend to his coworkers, but he's not a good nurse. One point, they're on the road, and Rebecca wants to drive. And he says, sure. No, shouldn't be driving.
No.
You shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that.
I'd say you shouldn't, as things are coming back to you whenever, just random. You have...
Are you going to make it through this episode?
You have been with her on this journey for a long time, and you are, at this point, responsible, I would say, for making sure that she actually gets to a place safely.
That's right.
Seeing from afar her give one person a hug is not making sure that that person gets home safely.
No.
I don't think he's a good nurse. I can't
believe he left there. It's
I can't believe he left.
It's bad.
It's not. You're not a good nurse.
He doesn't check in on his brother as a nurse either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not great. The optics aren't great on that.
Not great.
Man, it's tough. That was a tough one. That's why I also wrote down the word the word most, and I didn't finish that. So that's going to be a mystery for the ages. Most what, Bran?
You don't know.
Most what? Most of these, most of what? Don't know. Most. You know what? You guys think about that at home.
Think it. Yeah.
Think about
Did you watch it as carefully as Brand did?
That's exactly right.
Most.
I wrote the word most.
That's right.
Did I pick up on,
A
important
giant
things
chunk
like,
of data.
like phones?
The nurses gave her money, and the sheriff gave her a cell phone that appeared to be a Samsung Galaxy. What's going on in this town? What's the deal with this town?
Most.
I feel good about the fact that we all three collectively missed
Yeah,
it. Like,
it always makes me feel better when that's the case.
Most.
This is a very nice hospital for a town of 5,000 people.
Yep.
And I did not miss that because they said it was a town of 5,000 people. This hospital is next level. Our towns of 5,000 people down here don't have anything near this nice. You have to go to an actual city to get a hospital of this nature. May I introduce you to the Gospel of Campbell's Soup? Not only is a Campbell's Soup can prominently featured in this film, but then they go so far as to go, these potatoes are amazing. You did a great job. And she said, all I did was hand her the can of soup. It's that easy, gang. That's how easy it is to make just twice baked potatoes. You just pour that soup on in there and they come out picture perfect every time. And then lastly, they stop and spend the night at Brendan Penny's cousin's house. Is that correct?
That's
what I picked up.
And then the next morning, he looks at his clock and he says, it's 7. He says, we've got to leave because we have to make good time if we're going to get there by 7 when the tree lighting starts. So it's at this point, the road tripper in me that likes to make good time and be efficient goes, all right, we got to get on the road.
Yep.
I just want to tell you what all they do in between him saying that line and them getting to Charleston. First of all, they have a snowball fight where they strategically plan which direction they're going to go for this snowball fight. Second, they stop at some unnamed Christmas festival, and their car breaks down. Then, after that, I believe they stop for something else in the Christmas festival. They could not be taking a more leisurely pace if they tried, even with car trouble. And the car trouble was just a battery, which should, under no circumstances, take hours of your time. It should be done in under an hour, easily out the door. And you're over there in a festival. You're not even trying to make good time. It's not even close.
Yep.
So that was bothersome, and that is all I got.
Let's get to What the Hallmark Inspired Show, where we talk about what we still have questions about. Panda, what are you wondering, pal?
So I want to know, is she going to take her story now and convert it into a book? Because I think that's the next logical step. And I think that's the thing that makes the most sense, is that she's going to turn this into a book. She's really struggling about, making money as an author. What's she going to do? I think she has a great story now.
I have been hung up on this for a while, since the start of this movie. The first line in this movie, first bit of dialogue, is she's at the diner and she says it's supposed to be bad out there tonight. Weatherman saying like 6 to 8 inches, and
Which means we'll get a foot.
and then she says, which means we'll get a foot. Why you gotta be one? Why you gotta be so mean to the weather guy? Guy's doing his best. It's Maine. It's tough. But 2, why is the weatherman so bad? Like, he's the running joke of the town. What's going on with that weather guy? What's going on?
What's going on with that weather guy?
What's going on? He's a literally 100% off.
He's always off. You can guarantee it.
6 inches, make it double.
Make it double.
I have two, but at this point they could very well have been answered during the movie, and I don't know. First of all, what happened to the car that didn't? She fell off the bridge. The car didn't actually strike her, according to the movie. Said she fell off trying to dodge the car. What happened to that car? Does the car know that she had amnesia? What happened there? I don't know the answer to that.
I will say that they did it very well. The car coming at them, it looked pretty real.
You always turn into the skid. That's what you do.
Turn into the skid.
That's the key. And then second of all, one of the weirdest moments in this movie is also in the first scene after that 6 to 8 inches, which means we'll get a foot bit. As she gets the check, and in the check there's a pin that has the diner's name on it. Yeah. And she puts it on her lapel and walks out. And then, to the best of my knowledge, we don't ever see that or talk about it again.
She's not wearing. Is she wearing the pin? And that's how they know to go there.
I don't see it on her coat when they bring her in on the gurney. I don't know. Maybe that's how they know to go there. Maybe someone can straighten me out there and help me there. That's how they know to go there.
It's good. Hey, listen, it's good marketing. You give people pins, they wear it around town.
But it just seemed like an interesting. I just don't know what the purpose of her wearing that, if it wasn't to identify that she was there. What's the purpose of her wearing that, and what came of it? Joy, of course.
What's the point of wearing
Maisie's
anything?
Diner pin?
That's exactly right.
That's all I got.
It's a great diner. You got to
Great
represent.
diner.
You got to
Good
represent. We did it, everybody. Congratulations. Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. We're going to be back right after this with Lake Tahoe Christmas Time Adventure.
Good stuff.
Very excited about that. And then tomorrow, we've got the Christmas contest.
CB.
So big stuff still ahead here this week on Deck the Hallmark. Until then, may we be the first to wish you Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.